Hello everyone, I'm recording this video as a 2025 Bohemia Switzerland Hřensko hiking itinerary. I'm going to keep it pretty brief, to the point. Uh, if you start doing your research, you'll find that a lot of blogs and references online predate the wildfires they experienced in 2022, I believe. Um, so before the forest fires, which apparently were caused by an accident, and the reason for the lack of cleanup since then is because um, the trees that were burnt down were never native to the land itself. So the government would rather uh, kind of nature do its thing. So up until the forest fires, this was the major hike in Hřensko. It was the gate loop where you would start in the city, that's by the river, and hike up here to the gate, continue, and then cross the two gorges with a boat ride here and here. This used to be about a 20-kilometer hike that lasted pretty much all day. And this was what initially inspired me to look into visiting Bohemia, Switzerland, and Hřensko, because of this uh, incredibly scenic hike up to the cliffs and then back down to through the cities, or little towns to have lunch, and then through the forests and through the picturesque uh, boat rides. Unfortunately, this is officially closed. Specifically, what's closed here, and actually, I have a photo uh, that's super valuable for anyone visiting, I think. Here it is. It's rotated 90 degrees, but hopefully you can make it out. So specifically, uh, I took this photo before the gate hike up here. Specifically, this area is crossed out. Uh, then this gorge is also unavailable. And then this hike from Mezný is also crossed out. So in my 2 nights in Haskell, I ended up doing the which one was it? Uh, the only hikes that were available, which were which were hiking up from the town to the gate and back, and in the same day, taking a bus to Mezná here, doing this hike and doing the boat ride there and back. There wasn't an opportunity to get off and hike because this was also burned down, the path here. And then uh, that took me into about mid-afternoon, and I ended up calling it a day. And the next morning, uh, did the Janov lookout point, which was from the town down here, to the lookout point and back, total of 7.5 kilometers. Um, Technically, you can do these all in one day, but I actually liked breaking it down between the first day, getting into town, waking up early, and doing this hike, and then this hike, and then returning back to the city and leaving this one for the morning after. Additionally, I'll mention the other nearby hikes that are worthwhile to consider. Um, so it's worth noting, let me see which ones. Okay. So specifically, if you zoom out, you can go on the German side and go to this area. Uh, it's a mouthful to pronounce. Try saying that 10 times. Here's, for example, uh, the top 10 trails in this area. Um, I was going to do these, but the reason why I didn't is because I was coming in without a car rental, just simply taking public transit. And I actually made note of the key public transport I would have needed to take. So if you're staying in Hřensko, which I highly recommend, it's the most like beginner friendly place to stay and start and explore Bohemia, Switzerland. Um, they have these four buses running to Mezná, uh, but I find that there's only one of these buses running per day. So I don't think all four are running throughout the day every hour. I think just one of them, one of these four is running every hour uh, each day. And then if you wanted to go up here, specifically, you'd want to be getting off at this stop, Ostra Postelwitz, in order to do these hikes. I think there's a really decent one, especially because they're like loops. Um, you can find one that's 2 to 4 hours, for example. So lots of options to do a loop hike here. Mm, you need to start at Hřensko and then wait for the 435 to take you here, just across the border, and then you need to wait for the German bus 252 to take it to this stop here. Now, I highly recommend going on the Czech um, park website. It says the tourist bus timetables for 2025 and downloading the timetable brochure here. It's a file that looks like this. I saved it on my iPhone. I uploaded it to ChatGPT to quickly get the info. And this map is incredibly useful if you do end up taking the bus system. The bus system was very cheap. I think it was 30 koruna per person, or just under it. Um, you also have to you pay in the bus. Once you get on the bus, you let the driver know how far you're heading. He'll give you a price, and you give him cash. Um, and though you know, I wanted to explore this area, I felt that it was going to really slow me down in that I had to take one bus, the 435 from the Czech side, and then a different bus, one or two stops on the German side. And then, though the timetables are noted here, I didn't find them to be incredibly accurate. So I didn't want to take the risk. Um, the other noteworthy hiking area to stop by at is up here. It's called the Basti Bridge, and that is this one. This is also a very picturesque hike, I guess. But if you're taking the train that runs parallel to the river, you would have seen this coming in from the German side. And also, it's a bit far, like you can see from if you're staying in Hřensko, where the Gold Star is, to come up here. Um, so again, I felt that that would really also slow me down taking public transit just to do this relatively short hike. And again, um, a bridge that you see from the train ride coming in. So those are, I guess, the three hiking regions to consider when you're visiting Bohemia, Switzerland. This Basti Bridge, this region with the nice varying loops. And then unfortunately, though you can't take the complete gate now because this area, uh, and actually this area is also closed, and then this gorge is closed, which leaves you with just doing, you know, this part here, obviously hiking from the town. Then there's also a path, I think it should be noted here. Um, you can see there's this orange path from the start of this trail to Mezná. But the reason why I didn't think it was worthwhile, first of all, I think this was like 4 kilometers, and it's a pretty straight path across the plains. It wasn't like in the wooded forest or anything, just amongst just weeds. And during the day, it was really hot. So I didn't think it was worthwhile. So actually, a lot of the people just like me that ended up doing this hike and coming back, uh, we just all took the bus here, and then it turns in here, it leaves you in Mezná, and then you can just follow the path down to this gorge and take 200 koruna per person boat ride there and back. I think it lasted about 15 minutes all in. Again, they can't leave you on this side because this is also closed off. And then also consider doing the Genova Lookout Point hike here. That's pretty much all that's available in Hřensko right now. I do recommend visiting it, and I recommend taking public transit to get there. Um, I ended up spending one night in Dresden before, and then took a €9 train from Dresden to Schöna. Then once you get off at this train station, you can show the ferry operator your ticket, and they'll let you on for a free ferry ride. Then in town, you'll find lots of decent restaurants and a few hotels. I really enjoyed my stay at Hotel. Um, it goes by different names, but it's this one, Hotel Ulipi, Linden Hotel. Um, there's a couple other ones in the area, but I recommend staying here rather than the Airbnbs that are in the area that are also like in um, this area and this area. They're a little bit far from the main hikes, either here um, or up there. So I really recommend just staying in Hřensko and then doing these hikes in the area. Uh, and then if you're staying for an extra night, then it could be worthwhile to come up here and do these hikes as well. Um, Download the timetables if you're going to end up taking the bus. This was helpful just to kind of gauge whether there's a bus coming soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just sort of an update to confirm specifically which parts of this gate loop are closed, which seem like indefinite, but still recommending visiting. Um, I found it to be worthwhile. And then when you leave, the easiest path back out is again crossing this ferry to the Schöna station, and then taking either a train up to Dresden or a train down to Dresden, which is here. And then here you would transfer at the train station to a train that would take you to the city of Prague. So that's my quick itinerary of doing one night in Dresden, which is more than enough, and then 2 nights in Hřensko, staying in the city nearby to these hikes. And like you see here, just sort of maximizing the only ones that are available, taking a bus in between, and then the Genova Lookout Point the morning after. All right, hope this was helpful, and take care.